Welcome everybody to my first tutorial on the Revell Bronco. We'll first be cutting off parts from the sprues to get them prepped for paint. For a clean assembly, we'll make sure the model is free from imperfections from the factory. The X-Acto blade is used to slice or scrape off any extra material from the kit, followed by using a sanding stick to create a smooth surface. The sanding grit that I particularly use is 600 grit or finer. The scrubber used is from the brand Tamiya, which allows the grooves of the plastic to be seen after paint. Without this step, it's possible paint can fill in the gaps, losing detail on the kit. We'll sand the rest of the kit with a 600 grit sanding sponge. The purpose of sanding the kit is to make sure the primer and paint have a surface to bond to. This method is also applied to actual cars. We'll apply the primer to the kit before color. Applying primer fills in imperfections that wasn't seen before. The paint is also able to stick easier to the primer than it is on bare plastic. This will prolong the lifetime of the paint job. I'll apply the primer by laying down a very light coat so it gives the primer a moment to bond to the plastic surface. Afterwards, we'll lay down a heavier coat. The same technique is used for the main color in 2K Clear. It's best in my opinion to spray down the edges and forgotten areas first, followed by the main surface panels. I tend to spray from the bottom, working my way upwards. This helps prevent the likelihood of getting runs from the paint. If runs occur, they'll need to be sanded out once the paint or primer dries. The last coat I give before 2K Clear is a mist coat. This prevents the color of the paint to look blotchy, which is a common trait seen with metallic colors. Let the paint dry for 15 minutes in between each coat. The same technique we use for primer and paint is used for 2K Clear. On the last coat, I apply as heavy as possible without getting runs. This allows a mirror reflection in the paint. It also makes the buff and polishing step a lot easier on yourself. When buffing and polishing, use a very fine sand grit paper. Avoid the edges to prevent burn. Burning is by going through the paint. If you go through the paint, a repaint is required. Before painting semi-gloss black, I'll strip the chrome using oven cleaner. The rest of the details on the main body will be hand painted. Microsetting and solution is used to help the decal adhere to the surface. White glue dries clear, which is perfect for headlights and windows. Super glue is used to apply the chrome parts. A toothpick is easier to use to apply glue than it is straight from the bottle. The next tutorial will be coming soon for the engine and undercarriage. Thanks for watching part 1 of my Revell Bronco build.